Today, we're diving into two explosive global developments, each with profound implications for the future of international politics and security. First, the International Criminal Court's decision to issue an arrest warrant for Israel Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. Then, we'll shift to Russia's shocking missile strike on Ukraine, which escalate the already dangerous tensions with NATO. Let's start with the ICC's arrest warrant for Netanyahu. This is a seismic move, politically and symbolically. By issuing this warrant, the ICC is accusing Netanyahu and his administration for committing acts that could amount to genocide. It's a direct challenge to Israel's policies and a call for accountability. But let's not kid ourselves. The chance of Netanyahu ever facing a trial in The Hague? Practically zero. Why? Well, the United States has Israel's back. Always has, always will. Washington has already sent a strong message to the ICC. Touch Israel, and there will be consequences. Remember, the US has even passed laws authorizing military action if its citizens or allies are targeted by the ICC. It treats Israel as an extension of its own sovereignty. Imagine a hypothetical scenario. Netanyahu's plane makes an emergency landing in Iceland and Icelandic authorities try to detain him. The US will treat that as an act of war. Iceland won't just be facing diplomatic outrage, it will be on the brink of conflict with the world's most powerful military. This move by the ICC may be symbolically powerful, but practically it's unlikely to change much for Netanyahu or Israel. However, it adds weight to the argument that Israel's leadership should be held accountable for alleged war crimes. What do you think? Let me know in the comments. Now, let's turn our attention to the battlefield in Ukraine. Just when you thought the situation could get more precarious, Russia has upped the ante. President Vladimir Putin recently announced a new missile system, the Erezinik, which translates to hazel. Symbolically, this is chilling. Hazelwood was traditionally used in Russia to carve cudgels for enforcing authority, essentially a weapon to beat non-compliance into submission. These medium-range missiles has a range of 1,000 to 3,000 kilometers and was just used in a strike against Ukraine's Dnipro factory. The factory, once a Soviet-era hub for missile production, had been repurposed by Ukraine and its Western allies to develop intermediate-range missiles capable of striking deep into Russian territory. The result? Russia obliterated the facility. The missile has carried conventional warheads this time, but is nuclear capable, another layer of implicit warning from Moscow. Putin's message is clear. Any further escalation from Ukraine or NATO will be met with a response of equal or greater force. And the implications are terrifying. He is essentially threatening to target key infrastructure in Kiev, potentially including the government itself, if provocation continues. But here's where it gets even more dangerous. Rear Admiral Charles Buchanan of U.S. Strategic Command just announced that the United States believes it can win a nuclear exchange with Russia. Let that sink in. He's not talking about deterrence anymore. He's talking about winning. To the Russians, that sounds like a preparation for a preemptive strike, a deeply irresponsible message to send in these already tense times. Russia's new missile doctrine aligns perfectly with its actions. Escalate only as necessary to deter, but be prepared to respond decisively. Meanwhile, the US rhetoric seems to be pushing the boundaries of calculated brinkmanship, edging us closer to a catastrophic miscalculation. These two stories, the ICC warrant against Netanyahu and Russia's missile escalation, are just snapshots of the global instability we're living through right now. From accountability for alleged war crimes to the potential war nuclear conflict, we're walking a tightrope with the stakes that could be higher. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Are we closer than ever to a global conflict? Or are these moves just the usual geopolitical chess games? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this episode with anyone who needs to hear these critical updates. Stay informed, stay vigilant, and I'll see you on the next one.